Welcome to season 3 of My Pod Cabbages. You're looking at me like that's not a good enough cold open, but
yeah,
I feel like we set up the Chekhov's season 3 cold open last episode.
Yeah,
and I figured
new season, new theme song.
I was just trying to, like, have a joke payoff for once. I'm gonna have to stop you, otherwise you're just gonna do this for the whole thing. So stop. So stop. They're just gonna do it for the whole thing anyway.
Okay.
Stop it!
Okay.
So today I have my regulated glass of podcasting wine, and hopefully the vibe...
You mean podcast juice?
Yeah, the podcast juice.
Podcast juice.
So hopefully the vibe will be a little bit more familiar.
Yeah.
And now let's start our first segment of My Pod Cabbages, where we try to remember how our podcast works.
Yeah.
What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, our last episode was our Christmas episode.
True. So now we're to Easter.
Now it's springtime.
Oh God, I got it.
It's literally a new season.
Fuck.
We're actually doing it by season.
I think what we are supposed to do at this point is say, welcome to My Pod Cabbages.
Welcome.
Welcome to My Pod Cabbages.
It's a
podcast about Avatar: The Last Airbender, award-winning children's animated TV show. I think that's all we say now.
Avatar. Thanks, Brian Konietzko. Thanks. Who's the other co-creator?
Brian
Konietzko and Michael DiMartino.
DiMartino. Why is it Konietzko is like the only one I can ever remember when it happens to ironically be the hardest name to pronounce?
Yeah.
Michael DiMartino.
I mean, it could be...
You could have just not said this, and we could have just continued with the podcast without...
Michael Dante DiMartino.
It is... I know that he has that Dante in there because, you know. Our boy.
The episode's called The Swamp.
Do we do other things before we talk about the episode? Do we talk about, like, fun facts about the show in general?
I'm Noah, you're Summer.
There's been enough time... Oh, yeah. My name is Summer Geist.
My name's Noah. This show's Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is gonna be so fun to edit.
No, you don't have to edit it at all. It's perfect the way editing. It is.
Are you sure?
What was I going to look up on Google really quick?
I don't know, like...
just funny TikTok compilations.
Cool ways to tie your tie.
Oh, yeah.
Look up that.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
You know what? Fine. I'll start 2 tabs. One of them will be cool ways to tie your tie. And the other one is the other thing I was actually going to look up, which is I feel like we've been away long enough that there might actually be relevant information about the show that would be fun to share. Unfortunately, though, I do get like updates on my phone. I have like Google alerts and stuff and just like content aware. That's not the right word. What is it when something is tailored to you for advertising and capitalism purposes?
A targeted ad?
Yeah, I have like targeted notifications. I don't know where they come from. Google,
Are they like,
I have to
like
assume.
News?
It's not even news. It's just random shit that I get notifications and it's like 9 things you didn't know about Iroh, and the first one is like, he's a firebender.
Yeah.
Number 2, he's got a good sense of spirituality. Yeah.
Number 3, he's got a beard.
Anyway,
Ooh.
I get all kinds of weird Avatar notifications, and I have to assume they're trying to send me news, but there's just nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just completely useless stuff.
Yeah.
However, what if I Google it, though? Wait, what's that search engine that our friend Vince uses?
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
And refuses to use Google.
We're not gonna
Okay.
It's fine. We won't bring our personal beef onto the podcast. But I will go to DuckDuckGo and search Avatar. Let's
go to DuckDuckGo and
let's see what they've got to share. Oh, there's a news tab. Yeah, it's predictably the last 10 Avatar: The Last Airbender characters that deserve a spin-off series. I mean,
10 spin-off series.
Sponsored by Disney Plus. Avatar: The Last Airbender: The Promise reveals gorgeous omnibus cover from Dark Horse. I'm sorry, did that sound like a full thought to you, or am I just...
You know, it actually did.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. None of this is anything. How about those ties? Cool ways to tie your tie.
Yeah. Sorry, I just remembered the artichoke knot.
Holy shit! This is a really cool one, though. Have you seen this? I didn't know that there were other cool ways to tie your tie.
Yeah, there is. There's so many.
Oh my god.
I don't really like it, though.
Well, to each his own, I suppose. Takes a crowd or whatever. But damn. I'm not going to bore you with the details of the step-by-step. However, maybe Google this. This is more interesting than I would have expected. Oh, look at that one. It looks kind of like a dick.
That looks like a when you roll up a piece of paper and then you go up forward and it telescopes.
Yeah, like a dick.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wait, your dick doesn't look like that? Okay, it's fine. So I think now that we've exhausted our Avatar news,
it's not like a portable radio antenna where it just collapses up.
This is a podcast about the children's show Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Avatar, yes.
Specifically this episode we're talking about the swamp, the 4th episode of Book 2 Earth.
Yes.
Of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the 24th of the overall series.
Yeah.
It debuted on April 14th, 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to be funny, just kind of verbatim reading off the wiki, but 2006 though.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting how fucking old this show is now.
If we were in the year 2000, this would have come out in the year 1984.
And your great
1986. 2000 was exactly 20 years ago.
Hasn't been born yet.
And your great-granddaughter...
14 years ago.
I'm not finishing that thought.
There are kids who can drive cars 3 years from now that were born after...
I feel like you're turning this into a math problem now.
Okay, so we here on My Pod Cabbages, the staff here, like to do this thing where we just kind of every episode we go for a new strategy to make the podcast easier to do. Because that's the hardest thing about podcasting is how hard they are to do. But we want to make it easier on ourselves because of burnout and coronavirus. I'm so happy that we're dating this episode so solidly.
Yeah.
But this week, we've decided something that we're not following through on, which was that we're just going to watch the episode and we're going to sit down and we're just going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And we both watched the episode and literally halfway through this 15-minute episode, we were like, I don't fucking remember anything that's happened.
It happens so fast.
Everything happens so
There's so much happening all the time, and it happens so. It's just like real life.
Yeah, like they really densely pack these episodes so much. So, we stopped it for a second. We were like, this is not going to work. We're just going to sit there and have nothing to talk about. And here we are, nothing to talk about. That's why we're just vibing. No, well, that's not true. We decided, sorry, I've been hogging the airspace. Go ahead.
I'm saying that we think, and brain blast ourselves into our memory palace, into our mind palace.
I feel like I can see you doing this with like the TikTok cosplay, like hand motions. Mm-hmm. That's a joke for no one. Not even me.
Hey, Summer.
What?
Do you know if anyone's done an edit of like BBC Sherlock where he like when he starts going into his mind palace and then it like cuts to like a scene of like Jimmy Neutron of him like going into his ear and seeing all like the neurons and stuff. And like the bad CGI images.
And then it fucking fades into that like, what's that like Nat Geo, that old like thing that you had to like rent from the library was like, like it had.
Oh yeah.
In the museum with like all the fucking birds and dinosaurs and shit.
Okay.
God.
Can you stop recording just so I can like, just so this is easier to edit?
Yeah. I literally just searched museum 90s intro and it came up Eyewitness.
I literally searched educational intro and it came up
with the third result. You win then, I guess.
This is the music.
Oh, fuck. This takes me back.
Wait, you're like, think.
Sorry, I peeked really hard there. I just got really excited about Doctor Who for the first time in 10 years.
Anyways, so what I'm saying is that there should be like a YouTube video out there. You know those YouTube videos where it's kind of like Shrek, but every time this thing happens, it speeds up like 2 times speed. It should be like a episode of Sherlock or something, but every time he goes into his mind palace, it like shifts to like a first episode of like Jimmy Neutron, and he's like going into like his brain blast thing. And then like it goes into the brain blast of first episode of Jimmy Neutron, and then like it goes straight to the second episode, and then when he starts thinking, it like continues the next episode of Sherlock, and then it goes to the next episode of Sherlock, and then he goes into his mind palace, and then it comes out with the Jimmy Neutron's other brain blast. It would be a very long YouTube video, and it would infringe several, probably 2 copyrights.
I forgot how to play the fucking Avatar song.
Oh. That's the first note.
I don't have time for this. Hey, we're already recording like literally like 18 minutes now, and we
oh no
have not started the episode.
No. Okay, well we can go over it in 5 minutes, and we can make a like less than a half-hour episode.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So while flying, Aang and his friends are attracted to a mysterious swamp and get separated from one another. They begin to see unique illusions in the swamp.
Wait, you're going through the whole overview.
Oh shit, you're right. I shouldn't be reading off this anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, I can.
No, doesn't it start with Zuko though?
It starts with Zuko and Iroh.
It does fucking enough. Start with Zuko and Iroh for once.
Yeah,
and we have a little bit of praxis here, or at least just in the message.
Yeah, they're chilling by a wall. Zuko and Iroh. Zuko's got like his hat. Zuko's in his emo mode.
Still.
I
mean, like we've seen him experience a little bit of growth, but we still see that he has a lot of growth to do in this episode because he gets really mad about how he's like, we're royalty and people should be. Oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, they are chilling by a wall, and they're, like, in incognito mode. Mm-hmm. They're begging for money because they can't be, like...
They can't get jobs.
They can't get jobs because they're wanted.
Yeah. What do they do? Wait, where are they going?
That's a great question.
They haven't really established that. But
Yeah, I think the last time we saw them, they were like cutting their hair off, right?
what was the last episode?
God, it's been so
It
long.
was a Christmas episode.
I
So
see
it
what-
had to be Christmas themed.
So they were putting holly on the tree.
Yeah.
This is why people do podcasts every week, so they can remember what the fuck they talked about last time.
Yeah. It was
It's fine. I'm pretty. I want to say they were cutting their hair off.
Oh, they were almost captured by Azula. I
Yeah,
think
I mean, that was like the last 3 episodes.
they were in a spa, right?
That
Is
was
that it?
No, definitely
Before
not.
that,
That was after.
I'll just go to the internet.
We do have the internet still in
Previous.
2020 of all.
Return to Amashu.
Like we've lost a lot of things this year, but at least we do still have the internet.
Okay, the last one was the Omashu and then Cave of Two Lovers. So they weren't
I was
like
gonna
last
say,
we saw them, they were in a spa.
yeah, I don't. Wait, what is that? Here's what matters: is the last time I remember seeing them in my brain was them cutting their hair off in the river.
Yeah. But then they went to
So-
a spa. Azula found them,
Shit, it
and then she's like, "Come back," and it was a trick.
was a trap.
It was a trap. So this is like last we saw them. They're just like wandering around. They're begging for money in a village, pretty
Yeah.
much.
They're in a bad sort of way right now,
hmm
and they don't really seem to have much of an objective.
Yeah,
because
there's sort of a situational irony here because they are royalty. You have a prince and like the brother of the Fire Lord
yeah,
of the most powerful nation in the earth.
yes,
They're begging for money.
And Zuko gets really mad about it because he still sees himself as royalty and thinks that matters in any way.
Mhm.
And then they get really like looked down on by everyone coming by.
Yeah.
And someone like even kind of threatens Iroh in a way to like, oh, dance for money, and like starts swinging swords at him. And
yeah.
it's very upsetting. He even says some like really shitty, like, ooh, like it's very uncomfortable to watch.
yeah.
But Iroh's just like happy to like, oh, we're making money though. We're like, we're fighting for ourselves or whatever.
Mhm.
But Zuko's like not
Yeah.
not okay with this at all. Like,
yeah.
not even
Iroh's
kind of.
Iroh's definitely okay with humiliating himself, and he doesn't seem to like be that aware of it.
I think it's
It's
more,
hard to tell whether
Yeah,
he is or not.
It's really hard to read sort of
Mhm.
Iroh's like motivations and like emotions here. I'm sure that he's smart enough that I'm sure that it's like not great.
Yeah.
But I think he's kind of enjoying like an opportunity to like put Zuko in a place where he can see what like, people be going through this all the time.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
like maybe you should appreciate like,
Yeah. And the swords person like asks Iroh to like sing for money, and Iroh does it in like the most like obnoxious and sort of like melodramatic
I
kind
did
of like shameless way.
I definitely found
possible.
that funny because like we already know Iroh can sing.
That is true.
Yeah.
We do know that he can like sing very
He's
well.
a decent singer, so this was it was
Mhm.
like he was being really facetious about it.
Yeah.
But
But like this actually like it does the sort of like cinematic it uses cinematography and music to show that Zuko actually is very pissed about this.
yes.
Which is nice because it shows that Zuko actually cares about Iroh.
Yeah, definitely. Like you can definitely see like Zuko being like, "Hey, fuck this guy for fucking with." Yeah.
And knowing that like Iroh is an actually like wise and self-aware person, it kind of makes you think like if he like how intentional this was.
Yeah. I mean, like that's what I was saying. Like he's
Yeah.
definitely aware of what's going on and like sort of trying to plan
Mhm.
around it. Meanwhile,
Yeah. We'll never get back to this. There's never.
it comes up at the very end.
Yeah. So.
but you can just kind of forget it, wash it
Yeah.
from your mind for now.
Mhm.
So now the whole plot of the story starts, where we find the gang. They're just flying.
Mhm.
Their goal right now is they're on their search for. Because last time we hung out with Aang, he was told to find a different earthbender than Boomy, someone who like waits and listens. Did I get that right?
Yeah. Waits and listens.
Hell yeah,
Mhm.
it's important.
It's a little aimless right now. I think. Wait. No. They're just
Angless.
aimless. They're trying to get to the
Aang's
like
there,
the
though.
capital city, right?
I don't know.
Ba Sing Se.
They're just kind of going.
They were supposed to get an escort, but they didn't.
That's
'cause
true.
some stuff happened.
Yeah.
But
So they're just flying around on Appa, and they start descending just like
yeah,
inexplicably.
he starts like drifting down.
And Katara and Sokka are like, hey, we're losing altitude.
Mhm.
What the fuck is going on? Aang just like is fully disassociating.
Mhm.
And he's like, wait, what? Hmm? And they're like, hey, you want to pull up? And Aang's like, oh, maybe I'll just keep going down.
What if I just kind of going down?
They're flying over this huge forest, and Aang tells them that he is like being called to it.
I mean, it's a wet forest.
It is a wet. I don't know how you'd be able to tell that from this shot.
How would you describe a wet forest?
What I'm saying is like a viewer watching this scene, it just kind of looks like a forest. I don't
Wait,
think.
whoa.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, what's the difference? Is the difference between like a forest and a jungle and a swamp just kind of like the wetness of
Yeah,
it?
it's like the amount of how much the water comes up out of the ground.
Okay, so
Source
like
Wikipedia.
okay, so a forest is dry trees, a jungle is moist trees, and a swamp is wet trees.
Yep.
That's biomes for
That's
you.
science. That's fact.
We've explained the organic sciences
Everyone
to you.
comes to Pod Cabbages.
Organic science experts here.
Yeah, so Aang's just like fully like, no, I'm gonna keep going down if y'all don't mind. Oh, because the fucking forest is okay. Well, let's get this over with. It's a swamp.
It's a swamp.
It's a swamp. Donkey.
Oh no. Never
What,
mind.
You didn't think about the Shrek implications?
Never mind. Cut
Okay.
this. We'll get to it later.
But Katara and Sokka like kind of try to like talk him out of it, and then I guess Momo and Appa do too in a way. Anyway, Aang's like, I guess I'm outnumbered, and then tries to start flying away, and then a fucking tornado appears.
Just like out of nowhere.
And then they get what is that called when it's the one where you it's the Deus Ex Machina.
Okay.
We just wasted so much time
Mhm.
for me to just remember the phrase of Deus Ex Machina. That was complete. I'm sorry for wasting your time, my time, our time, and Aang's time. Because Aang is being attacked by a Deus Ex tornado. Which
isn't Deus Ex Machina kind of like when you save someone? Wouldn't this be like a reverse Deus Ex Machina?
well, not when you really think about it.
But like in the situation, it would be like a
Deus Ex Machina.
like it would be like a. It's usually like when the character's like caught up in a tough situation, and you don't know how they're gonna get out. But this is kind of like the characters in a
chill vibing situation.
In a chill vibing situation, and you're like,
How do you get them in?
I don't know how they could possibly get into trouble at this point. And then it's like it's a completely clear day, and like this tornado comes up.
And like spoilers, but like they literally address this later in the episode where it's like I don't know what would have caused that tornado.
Yeah,
they
it's
like talk about it. There's no reason that should have happened.
The weather is completely fine.
It's like a clear sunny day.
Yeah, but it's just some random. It's
and
like
then
he's
like Sokka's like, well, can't account for the weather, and
yeah.
and then I'm like, that's literally what the airlines tell you when they don't refund your ticket if you get canceled for weather. So they do get pulled down into the swamp, and then what happens? Feels like it just like it's a blur from there.
Yeah, it's a good thing that there's like no. Well, we're starting to get some B plots because
True. They get separated.
the humans are separated from the creatures.
The buddies. Don't call them creatures. What's wrong with you?
The good creatures.
They're fluffy. A creature can't be fluffy.
Of course they can.
Okay, Law
They're good
can.
creatures. Law is a creature.
Law's the only fluffy creature, though. Anyway, moving on.
Not in the show.
So
I mean, they could be.
critters at
The
worst.
critters.
Jesus. They get separated for some reason.
Mhm.
Momo and Appa. And then Aang and Katara and Sokka all end up in the same place. Oh, and Momo for some reason has the fucking like Appa whistle.
That is good, though.
Momo doesn't have pockets or any. Well,
I mean,
unless. No?
Marsupial? Mobile?
I don't know how this creature works. I mean, critter. I mean,
critter.
buddy.
Maybe. Anyways, I think that they just entrust Momo with the whistle. I think Momo just likes it. And
Momo
like,
is the only one that's always with us.
yes. I think that Momo.
Hey,
what?
Momo can fly.
What?
Wait, they can both fly.
They can both fly.
Why didn't they just? Wait a second.
You can spoil the rest of the episode if you want.
I'm just mad that they weren't flying and going up there. It's fine.
Mhm.
I'm sure there was a logical explanation,
Yeah.
as Sokka would say.
I'm assuming if they tried flying, maybe like vines from the forest tried pulling them back down
Just
or
for
something.
fun.
You know.
There's no spiritual reason for the buddies to be there.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, God, we are so
Okay.
slow.
Okay, so Sokka and Aang and Katara fall to the bottom of the swamp, and now they're like trapped and they're trying to find Appa and Momo.
Sokka starts making bad decisions because he's not living that raw vegan life.
I don't know. I think he's living the vegan life.
But he's not living that raw vegan life where
The raw vegan life?
you don't cut your vegetables.
You don't cut your vegetables if you're a raw vegan?
No, you just sit next to them as they are growing in the ground and
You
absorb their energy.
Do you wash the vegetables?
Of course not. What the fuck?
Do you eat them?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, what I was trying to say is that Sokka just pulls out his little machete and just starts chopping away. He's like, time to find
Yeah.
Appa, which
Mhm.
I don't know how, like, just chopping through the vines. I guess he's just trying to clear a path.
Aang and Katara are just kind of getting vibes from this whole swamp that it's like super spiritual.
Something is amok.
Something is amok. I mean, of course, all swamps are amok.
They are a type of muck.
Swamps are very mucky, but this one is especially amok. And Sokka does not see it.
Yeah. Eyes closed.
He's eyes closed, just
swiping through.
slash and swiping his machete.
We kind of cut to Appa and Momo, who are just also doing a similar thing, except somehow they're getting through it without a machete.
Yeah,
They're just walking.
Appa's so big that he could just kind of simply walk
But
through
they're
places.
not, like, we know explicitly that Sokka is the only one destroying any of the forest here.
Yeah,
I think the swamp. Sorry.
The swamp. I think he just wants to. He just likes it.
That's what I'm trying to say. He doesn't need to do it. He's just doing it for fun.
He just likes it.
It's like those people who go hunting for sport,
Yeah.
but with plants and a machete.
Mm-hmm. Would you hunt plants for sport, Summer?
Never.
That is what gardening is.
You
in
know
a way,
I
right?
live that raw vegan life.
So you would never garden because you would have to pick
Have
the
you
vegetables.
ever seen me eat?
No.
So,
Anyways, Momo has Appa's whistle for some reason, and he's like blowing. Appa's like getting tired, and Momo's like blowing Appa's whistle, which we assume is like some sort of dog whistle kind of thing. It's very high frequency. It hurts our ears in real life,
like
humans.
It's like that mosquito ringtone that everyone had in like 2010.
Yeah,
Were you there for that?
absolutely, yes.
Hell yeah. Where it was like, oh, teachers can't hear this.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that was true. Hey, that's probably going to come back, huh?
What do you mean?
I bet teenagers don't even know about that anymore.
That's true. It can easily come back.
We got to like TikTok this shit.
Okay. So we gotta make a
Just
TikTok.
TikTok that's just that noise.
Yeah, we gotta make a TikTok that's like
The worst possible TikTok to listen to.
You gotta be like super like kind of melodramatic about it, where you like hold your phone.
Yeah, it's just
and,
like a just deadpan.
You like put your phone like really close to your face and like a manual zoom in, like just kind of like, hey, I'll do an audio version. Hey guys,
Ooh,
where did you know that there's a certain frequency that older people, that if you have to give a specific number, so it
all
sounds.
right, you can step back from the mic. Anyway,
Hey guys, did you know that if you're over 36, that you can't hear this sound?
Wait, we're not gonna do this on the fucking
And then-
podcast.
I can't believe it. I swear, guys, it totally works.
No, like
It's so amazing.
no, but for sure, like you could definitely put that sound in a TikTok and it would definitely come across because it was
Hey,
a fucking ringtone in 2010.
Let's start. Sorry,
This is the worst content I've ever created.
Yeah, sorry for combining the words stop and let's start. Hey, let's stop doing our fucking like our our millennial conferences of like, what do
Bold of you
what
to.
do the children like these days? What will they react to?
Oh my god, this is all because I made like 6 TikToks today. Do not interact. Do not interact. Do not interact. Do not interact. So, anyways, Appa just gets really exhausted and just kind of flops onto the ground.
And then we see that there's people. There's people in the swamp.
There's people.
They're just kind of living in there.
Yeah.
They got like leaf hats and like leaf clothes
And banjos.
and banjos.
They find Appa's tracks and they're like, damn, that looks good. I would love to eat whatever made that
Oh,
enormous
yeah.
dinosaur T-Rex track.
Yeah.
That's going to end well. Then we cut back to the gang, and Sokka is going off on his sort of like atheist Ricky Gervais nonsense that he loves to do. I'm actually kind of coming around on it because I was sort of starting to think that Sokka's almost like an audience surrogate, like.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like the things that seem impossible, or like, why would they go along with this, or why would they believe this? It's like addressed like explicitly through Sokka.
It's almost like a lot of stories have it's usually in the protagonist role where you have like this sort of like fantasy world, and like usually the protagonist is like the person that's like thrown into this world.
That
and
is
like it's
Sokka
kind
in
of
a
like
way.
explained to them and how it works.
Fuck, is Sokka the
It is. No. I'm saying. I mean, it could be. Like, it's kind of like how people would say that, like, it's how some people would say, like, sometimes the antagonist is the main character or something, where it's like, it's still like Kira, like Light and Death Note is like the protagonist, though you could say it's like the antagonist.
To do like a Game of Thrones thing, and then I couldn't remember who people like to make fun of being the main character. Let's say Ned.
Let's say that Ned's the main character. of Game of Thrones.
Ned's the main character for the whole series of Game of Thrones.
Anyways, there's lots of.
Oh, sorry, A Song of Ice and Fire. Go on.
Sometimes stories have different roles, and maybe
I have read the books. Go ahead.
Maybe main characters and side characters kind of trade roles in a way, and you could just say things in any way that you want. Anyways, it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
I am coming. It's almost like they're making Sokka more tolerable in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But Sokka gets really upset about the spirituality thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing weird going on here. And then we don't see. We hear, as the subtitles on the show said, a like curdling human scream. I loved the way that they made a point to be like, this is a human scream.
Yeah.
It actually scared me a little bit because you hear it and you see those subtitles, and then you see this little tit.
Yeah, it is a tit.
It is a little tit.
It's a safe for work tit.
I don't know. I don't think you could bring this one in at work.
You know what? Not safe for work. Maybe don't bring this into work.
You could see it at work, but maybe don't bring it in.
Do not bring it in.
It's screaming human-like for some reason.
It is a bird who makes human screams.
Just kind of establishing the spooky nature of this swamp.
It's kind of like the funny goats who scream like people, but like more terrifying.
Then we see Momo. There's like something coming up out of the water, and I was just laughing because the wiki describes it as the swamp's apex predator.
Oh.
The cat gator. It's like this huge catfish looking thing, but it's also a gator though.
Not a mix between a cat and a gator, but a catfish and a gator.
I wish it were a kitty gator.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then they just kind of get. Well, no, Momo gets chased by it, and then Appa, like, we pan over and Appa's mouth is just wide open to receive it.
Yeah.
He's like, dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like that one old Looney Tunes cartoon with the fish that just keep eating the fish. I mean, that's like a kind of a trope thing.
Star Wars Episode 1.
That's true.
It's always a bigger fish.
I mean, they got it.
Appa.
They got it from Looney Tunes, though.
Yeah. So Appa, like, he's like skipping like hunting mode, and he's going like straight into like dinner mode. He's like trying to slurp up a gator like spaghetti.
Jinx, you owe me a kiss. Gross.
Appa's trying to slurp up a fucking like alligator like spaghetti.
I just charged Noah's ASMR.
And he like spits it out because it's like scaly and gross.
Yeah.
It's a cat gator. Is that what happens?
It says Appa chastises Momo, which I love to How? You're so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this, like when we were watching it, we were talking about how Appa and Momo are very much just like both Twee and Law are cats, where like Appa has that like very chill demeanor of Law. Law's like very just kind of laid back and like observant.
Mm-hmm.
But then Appa also has this extremely powerful destructive ability.
Mm-hmm.
And then Momo has the intelligence.
Just like Twee.
Yeah. And then Momo has the intelligence of Law, who can speak English essentially.
Just like, and like that craftiness.
Yeah. She's very manipulative and like smart and just crafty. And but then Momo also has just the sort of chaotic energy of Twee.
Yeah.
Sorry to like, I'm proud of my babies. They're so smart and love them. So now we get to the dark part of the episode. It's like, it's pretty bad. The gang is making camp and they get attacked by a swamp monster. That's not important.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, everyone. Summer here. Just a quick editor's note, just because we already fully implied that we were going to bring this up. The swamp monster is important, specifically because it's Shrek, though. It is Shrek. Like, it's Shrek. Get out of my swamp, you know? I just felt like that was really important, and I needed to back to the show. But they all get separated from each other.
Yeah.
And then when they get separated, they all sort of scatter off in different directions and see these really awful visions.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're not awful visions, but they're like pretty fucked up.
I mean, to Sokka and Katara, they are of like sort of dead people.
Yeah, no, this is actually really interesting. Katara first sees her mom and like runs up to her to be like, "Mom," and it's not her mom, and she just disappears. That's where, that's fucked up. And then we see Sokka run into Yue, And he's like also just like, oh, this is nothing. I'm just imagining things, etc. And she does also disappear.
Yue is also just like, hey, you didn't protect me. Fuck you, Sokka.
Okay, yeah.
I hate you.
See, that's okay. I need to come back to that in a minute because
Okay.
okay, I'll come back to that in a minute. But I was watching this like, damn, this is actually like, in a way, this is like physically possible, which is, I mean, it's not wild. Like people do see visions and weird shit in like the desert and stuff.
And just like in your own minds.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was going to say. Like we do this every night. Like we have dreams just like this.
That is true.
So
yeah.
I was kind of thinking like if there was something in the air of the swamp that made them sort of like triggered something in their brains to enter sort of a dream.
Hey, Summer, do you
What?
think that they would like sort of like midi-chlorian the Netflix Avatar show?
That's a lot to process what you just said.
Like in the original series of Star Wars, it was just like the Force was like this special sort of thing.
Right.
And then in the prequels, there's like, oh, it's actually some sort
I
of
mean,
microbial.
that's
Just some little microbials.
they would never, because that's what they did in the movie that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Sorry, I wouldn't have made that joke like nowadays because I'm funnier than I was like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like we've already established in the canon of our podcast that movie doesn't exist.
We're sticking to the canon.
The canon of our podcast?
Our podcast canon.
Yeah.
Our
So
pod canon.
so regardless of how funny it is,
Mm-hmm.
the movie does not exist. But if it did, that movie that doesn't exist has lots of things like that.
Okay.
Do you not remember that?
I never really fully watched it.
Oh no.
Maybe
I'm really worried that
maybe-
at some
maybe-
point we have to watch
I
the
did.
movie.
I did watch. It was on Netflix for a small bit, and I will say that it was very hard to watch because I think it was like it had some like weird like surround sound mixing or something on it or whatever.
That's your problem with it?
Because it was like a that was my problem with it because like you could hear like all the environmental sounds or something.
Okay.
But like all of the dialogue, you could not hear it at all.
Right.
It was like mixed down like so bad. I feel like we got like a weird audio
God.
track or something.
That's Noah, everyone. God. Imagine that being the thing that sticks out to you about that movie.
Yeah.
Just like put yourself in that like mind space for a sec. That mind palace.
I mean, if you watched it that way, it would stick out. It would stick out to you if you watched it.
Okay. Anyway,
In the same way how when I watched Cloud Atlas and the film was like torn in a weird way, and now I remember the second half of Cloud Atlas with a weird like very thin green line.
okay. So like when you go
In
to
the
a
very
movie
middle of it.
and like you like really have to pee halfway through, but you're like, I'm not gonna miss this movie, and then you regret it because the second half of the movie is just like fully like in your memory as like pain. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. Or how I watched Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 at the very, very far left of the theater. And now whenever I remember...
And now you're far left.
Now I'm far left. And now whenever I remember to... Whenever I go into my mind palace... Now whenever I go into my mind palace... Sorry.
Wait. Quality podcasting.
Now, whenever I go into my mind palace,
Are you going somewhere with this?
sorry, I have to go all the way to back to like 2008 or whatever. And then I think about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's always in like a very like warped view of like
Oh right. So you were okay. Sorry, when you said far left, I literally just forgot about cardinal
sitting,
directions.
I was sitting in the far left of the theater, so whenever I remember it, I'm like I think of it in like a very warped sort of like right half is very big and the left half is very small.
I have two important
in
things
a
to
way.
say.
Go ahead.
One of them is that I feel like people underestimate me.
Just okay.
Wait, no,
How long have you been thinking about that?
Forever.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, a lot of my humor is just me saying stuff that's like fully stupid and bad and like not true.
Yes.
And then just like doing it in a deadpan way. And then people are like, damn, this bitch is stupid as hell. Like,
Yeah.
and then that's just what they think about me forever. So
Whose fault is that?
it's mine.
Yeah.
That's just a disclaimer for like jokes I've made that people were like, okay.
Yeah, it's almost as if satire requires clarity of purpose lest it be confused with the euphemism.
The second thing is that when I watched Chamber of Secrets
Mm-hmm.
in the theater, I got so scared during that basilisk scene that I sat in my father's lap. And anyone who knows me knows how important of a moment that would be for me.
Okay.
And I kicked the person in the head in front of me when the basilisk struck the first time.
Oh my God.
Literally kicked them fully in the head with my foot, shoe on.
Were they in front of you or behind you?
They were in front of me, and I was
Or
sitting in
on the
my
side?
father's lap.
So like through like you kicked the headrest and
No, they
like,
were tall, and I kicked them in the head.
Okay.
That's the second important thing.
Mhm.
Let's get back to Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Avatar: The Last
award-winning.
Airbender, award-winning Michael DiGiardino.
So we see Sokka sees Yue.
Sokka sees Yue.
That's the thing I wanted to get back to later.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there is a moment with Aang, which is completely weird
Yeah,
because
this is a weird one.
Aang sees a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
We assume, I guess it's not really like explicit, but there's like
Mhm.
there's a little figure, and they're giggling and like running around, and oh my God, Jesus!
Sorry, it's not that creepy.
It spooked me.
I made it creepy. I'm sorry. It's not creepy.
But Aang like follows.
Maybe it's a little creepy.
Aang follows her around and is like, "Wait, come back!" Which is like, now that I'm thinking about it, that's kind of a weird thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he do that?
I mean, he probably just thought it was like a real person.
Yeah, but still, she was obviously running away.
She's also with a flying boar.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot
Yeah.
about that. What the fuck was that all about?
Interesting. Maybe we'll get to it later.
Nah.
Also, he was like, they don't even like establish this. He just starts just doing it. He's like monkey swinging through the vines and stuff.
Yeah, like that mini game in Mario Party.
Sure.
You know the one.
And I do love this like sort of character flexibility about Aang.
I literally cannot imagine him swinging through the jungle on vines without thinking about that eyesight's like music now. Rum, ba, 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 bum, rum, ba, 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 bum. No, don't, no. We can't do it again.
He's swinging through the vine. He's swinging through the vines in the swamp. He's so swift and accurate. He's chasing the girl. Anyways, Appa and Momo are confronted by the swamp-dwelling hunters named Tho and Do and their brethren. What is brethren? Is it just like kind of like your friend, your bros?
Did you never go to church? Get no to church, Jesus.
I never went to like Catholic or Baptist church.
Brethren just means like your community.
Is that it?
Yeah,
So like your
bros.
so like your coworkers are your brethren in a way, or like classmates? Could you call them brethren?
Sure.
Okay. This wiki's like worded. They called Appa and Momo the two animals.
We already established there's neither creatures nor critters. They're simply buddies.
Taking English class.
I
I failed
guess.
English twice, and I could write a better wiki than you. They're following them in canoes, and though
Love it.
they are named though.
They are named though.
Attempts to. Oh no, I don't know how to pronounce this word. This
What?
is why I
Oh
failed
my God.
English twice. Coax?
Where?
Coax? Coax.
Coax. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak words.
It's fine. It's fine. Just relax.
No.
Just coax. Not that we're reading the wiki, but it says that they are they're unaware that the animals understand their human speech, which just is such a good,
yeah.
like, they're just talking at them like animals, and the animals are like,
Mhm.
I can fucking understand what
Yeah.
you're saying to me.
Hey, Summer.
What?
Should we talk about this a little bit?
Well,
Of the implication that Appa and Momo can speak full English?
the implications are that they're an integral part of the story. What else
They're
is there
an
to say?
Integral part of the story. But like, have we ever like thought about this? That like Appa and Momo,
I mean, we already know Momo is inhabited by Gyatso.
Gyatso. Momo is Gyatso,
And Zendaya is Michi.
and Zendaya is Michi, and Momo is and
Momo is Appa.
and Momo is Gyatso.
Sorry, go ahead.
Appa
God.
is Appa.
What have I done? So anyway, they aren't aware that they can speak English, these people, and start like shouting their plans. Was it here or was it later where one of them like catches Momo in a bag?
I think it's later. Yeah.
Momo does get caught in a bag though. Maybe by though.
Mhm.
But we go to our next scene.
Sorry, just got that.
Okay. We still see in the next scene Aang chasing this figure of this girl. The vision disappears, as did the last two, but he ends up like meeting up with Katara and Sokka like perfectly. They all just end up in the same place.
Yeah.
And they're all like, the fuck? That's pretty weird. This is pretty magical. And Sokka's like, well, science, though. And then that giant swamp monster comes back. Now it's important.
Yeah.
Now the swamp monster matters.
This is a tough part of the PS2 game.
It grabs Sokka and slams Sokka against the river. And then we have a little fight.
They get in a tussle with this.
Yeah, I hate to always use the word tussle, but it is a tussle.
It is a tussle.
We-
You can't. If it's a swamp monster made of vines and it's getting,
It's like the textbook definition
it's a textbook
of a
tussle.
tussle.
It's a tussle.
So do you want to talk about the first fight thing that happens?
Yes.
Did you ever have one of those Nerf guns with like the discs?
I wasn't allowed to have Nerf guns or even the toy lightsabers.
What the fuck?
My parents didn't like me doing violence,
Well, that's cool.
but I was like sad because I like swords.
Well, anyway, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. That Nerf gun with the like the donut discs.
Wait. I had a
What did you have?
I had the Naboo Starfighter. You know,
This is not relevant.
Of course it's relevant. I had
Okay,
the
go ahead.
Naboo Starfighter. You know, the good one. The best.
Why would I know this?
It was the best spaceship from Star Wars. It's the Naboo Starfighter. It's like the yellow one with like the silver one, like the silver in the front, and like it was like all yellow. It's really good. It's like it's very sleek. It's very yellow. And I did have a little disc gun of one of these. It was a
Okay.
Naboo
So
Starfighter.
you know what I'm talking
and
about.
you shoot it and like it shoots out the circle discs.
It's
Little
almost
foam
like
discs.
they remind me of those like almost like those apple rings or whatever they are.
Mhm.
I always wanted to eat them. I think I might have like chewed on one.
Like apple chips.
I don't know. No, they're like those gummies that have like the
Oh yeah, those little apple
yeah,
gummies.
Yeah. Anyway, Aang pulls out one of those
Yeah.
Naboo starfighter ships and
Mhm.
starts firing little discs.
He
at the
stays in
monster.
that cockpit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's inside of it now. It's flying around.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work. And then Katara just slices him open, and there's a man that falls out.
Yeah. she cracks the swamp monster open like an egg.
Like a fucking fortune cookie.
And he's like, there's like a slime.
Confucius says,
There's
you
a-
got me.
There's a clear slime that comes out, and the man is the yolk of the egg.
disgusting. And then like Aang mentions, "Oh, I'm the Avatar, and we're here." And he's like, "Oh, you're the Avatar?
And he's like straight up like, the fight is over.
Welcome to the swamp. The fight is over."
Yeah, it's over so quickly. I was only fighting it because I was protecting the swamp because people like Sokka like attacking him. And like Sokka doesn't even like, he doesn't even address him or anything. They're just like, okay, we're in even ground. We're just not gonna fight anymore now.
Okay, but now we get to the really good stuff.
This is the good stuff though.
This is the good stuff because like this whole episode I've already been getting these like huge Ghibli vibes, and I would be absolutely shocked and floored if I found out that this wasn't fully Ghibli inspired.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Hey, what if we describe the swamp monster after, I mean like it's already destroyed, but we could just sort of describe it. It's made completely of vines.
It is fully vines. It's so there's a waterbender controlling it, and he's like controlling the water and the vines to create this huge monster with like a little like wooden mask over the face.
It's like a big torso with arms. It doesn't really have legs. It's about like 20 feet tall, and it has like this tiny little like human-sized mask.
Yeah. Okay, but now we get to the good stuff. Jesus,
this
stop.
Is the good
Please
stuff.
Don't block my cock.
I'm
Please.
Sorry.
We're here now.
We're here.
What I was saying is this whole episode has been giving me these Ghibli vibes, but now it's like, welcome to the heart of the forest. And I'm like, hell yeah, where's the fucking Shishigami? I want to see his little face, his little human face. I want to see him like stepping and like growing plants. We don't get that, but we do get like this explanation because they all ended up here, which is like this enormous tree.
Yeah.
This huge tree.
It's like the tree from Avatar.
Or Totoro. That tree is also described as the heart of the forest in Totoro.
Avatar 2009.
In fact, wait, I wasn't even listening to what you said, and now I just heard what you said, and now I'm disappointed. This is a movie. Wait, that's a different Avatar.
Yeah.
So then his name is Hu, explains that the whole swamp, like all the trees and all the plants, it all stems from this one tree. It's all one plant, which is just fucking so good.
Yeah.
This is a thing that's like real. There's like a forest. I don't remember. Like I could probably look it up real quick. There's a forest where every single tree in the forest is literally one tree, but they look like separate trees.
Wait, I was thinking this was like most forests.
No. No, this is a different. I mean, the Radio Lab Redacted, this podcast that we listen to.
Radio Lab.
They talk about how this is another fascinating thing. They're all different trees. This is actually, I think this is even more interesting. But like all of the trees in the forest, or even just like in a city or like a state, they are separate organisms, but they communicate.
Yeah.
Like through the fungus in the ground.
Yeah.
They all like communicate.
Like the roots and stuff.
They even have like a form of socialism where like they can tell which like spreads of trees need water, and like certain trees will like stop taking water so they can like pass it on to other trees to keep everyone alive.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So like, yeah, the trees like can communicate with each other from like miles and miles apart.
So this tree that I'm thinking of is in Utah. Take a look.
Utah. That's like
all one tree.
That's the country I live in.
Okay, but like the symbolism here is Hu is trying to be like, oh yeah, you were drawn to this place because it's like this huge organism and like everything is connected. Everything's connected. And then Hu tries to like remind them that it's almost like, hey, everything's connected. And then Aang's like, oh yeah, everything's connected. And then they think about how like the whole planet is connected and like everyone is like fighting for the same life in a way. Such a good message. But then Aang realizes, oh, if everything's connected, I can just kind of like put my face to the ground and find Appa and Momo. And he does that.
Yeah, it's a very simplistic, logical conclusion.
It's good though.
I could just put my face to the ground and then I could see Appa and Momo.
Interesting that they don't really use that ever again.
I mean, it's only a tree power, really.
Is it? Well, we
Yeah.
see
I mean,
Redacted do it later.
he has to touch the tree to do it.
But we find out that, like, through the power of, like, the all-connectedness of this swamp, like, it manifests, like, these visions for people because the people that matter the most to you are connected to you through, like, your whole life, and, like, time is an illusion, which it is. I really resonate with this sort of,
He
like,
really made clear that time is an illusion.
time is an illusion, and, like, the
and
people
so is death.
who you love are just in your life, period. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. The people are still in your life. So, of course, you've met them again. And Aang's like, I've never met that person I met. And then he's like, wait, but if time is an illusion, it must be someone I meet in my future. This is not to be like science corner.
Science
Summer
corner.
pseudoscience corner.
Summer pseudoscience corner. Summer pseudoscience corner.
I think that there is a perfectly valid argument that you could potentially, like, connect on a scientific level with people you've never met before. It's almost like, you know, when you meet someone and you're like, I feel like I already know this person, or like, I feel like this person is already important to me somehow, even though I've never met them and I've never even met anyone like them, but like, I just feel connected to them somehow. To me, that's like, I mean, that makes sense because you have in the future, and like, time is not scientifically, technically linear. So it just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought it made sense.
Yeah. So now there is like sort of a clear connection with the visions that they had because they all experienced people that they're not with.
Right. So, okay, I want to say really quickly though that Sokka's vision, she was so mean to him
She was a little mean.
for no reason.
For no reason.
It wasn't even like,
It
it,
was
wasn't even like a subconscious like projection. It was just like, this is a person you know, and she's like just fucking roasting you.
I don't know. Do you think it was just like
Maybe that was the one projection that happened.
like a manifestation of his guilt or something?
I mean,
you know?
obviously that's what we're meant to believe, but like then they try to explain it like, well, no, these people are still a part of your
Yeah.
life. It's just you're meeting with someone you already know or whatever. But it's just like, what? So what's the explanation for her being so mean to him?
Yeah.
It's very funny to me.
Anyways, Sokka and Katara had people in their lives that they were close to in their past that they're no longer connected to. And Aang had someone who he was close to in his future that he's not connected to in the present.
Okay, I'm just gonna sure we'll take that and we'll run with it. They stumble upon this sort of fight scene where Appa and Moma are trying to defend themselves against getting eaten, and
By who?
Do and Hugh, no,
Do and Hugh.
Though and Do.
Though and Do. So Katara starts waterbending at them, and then like one of them was like, "Oh, you're a waterbender too? That means that we're kin." And Katara makes like a kind of like a cringe,
Very uncomfortable
face at them. And it's like, "Oh, you're kin with me?
Oh,
Okay.
you're kidding me? Oh, I
You
guess
kin me?
sure.
Do you kin Katara?
This is 2006. It's fine. You can use
It's
that
fine.
word.
You can use the word. You can kin people in 2006.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're like cutting edge if you kin people in 2006. Actually.
So then we just kind of cut forward to them all sitting around a campfire, and they're just kind of thinking about the swamp, and Sokka's just kind of vibing. There's like a vine that hits the screaming bird.
Mm-hmm.
That's so unimportant, but I said it. And then we have a final scene where we suddenly remember that Zuko and Iroh are in this episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Zuko and Iroh in this episode. I would like to mention at the beginning of the episode that there was a cart that went by.
Was it full of cabbages?
It was full of masks, not cabbages, unfortunately.
Damn it.
And because I am extremely smart and observant, I saw a blue spirit on the mask.
Yeah?
I saw a blue spirit on the cart.
You want to take that one more time?
I already took it one more time.
Fair enough.
So it fills a plot hole of this next and last scene
Of the episode.
Where
we see Zuko find the make him dance guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
the guy with the sword that
the asshole.
That humiliated
the shitty boy.
Iroh.
Yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the blue spirit mask on, which we saw Zuko like lose to. I want to say I could have sworn that Zhao took it because I feel like that's how he figured out who Zuko was.
Yeah, he kind of like took his mask off or whatever. I don't know.
You could say
I can't remember
like
how
Zuko,
it happened.
Zhao was mask off. Fascist. And murderous.
And dead. And murdered.
Zhao already died?
Murdered.
Now, hang on. I do need just a quick, like, reconfirmation. Zhao's dead?
Yeah, Law killed him.
My cat?
Yes. Law killed Zhao.
Law, you son of a bitch. You did it again. She's always killing fascists. We just can't stop her, and we won't.
Yeah.
I love that little girl.
Yeah. Aang and Law. It's Law, right? Or Twee?
I don't.
Law. No, it's Law.
I don't. No idea what you're talking about. So
Law's the ocean spirit.
Everyone probably really underestimated, like me at the beginning of the show, being like, I can't wait to do this. I've seen this show so many times, and I don't remember anything about it. And everyone was like, this bitch is lying. She's never watched the show. And it's like, no. Everything that goes into my brain leaves immediately. So, yeah, there's your proof. No idea how Zhao died. But I'm glad he's dead. Can't complain.
You drowned.
Hey, Obi-Wan a new writer?
What? Sorry, we're just looking at this targeted ad.
Oh my god. I don't have any way to explain the ad that I just got, but it was very funny. Anyway.
A New Hopeless?
We're going back to
90+% views.
Yeah, so Zuko has the blue spirit mask on, and I don't remember how he lost it. I think it was Zhao. We should just re-listen to our own podcast.
I think he was just like banished, and then like his whole ship exploded while he was like out doing something. So he's like, we can just kind of assume that he like lost.
Check Zhao.
That he lost all his possessions or whatever. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zuko gets his blue mask back and just knocks this bitch out.
Yeah.
Good. Like, that is praxis, though. Like,
it's praxis.
Can't really get mad about that one.
That's the episode. What did you think of it?
Oh, I thought you were asking the audience. I was like, how are they going to answer you? Oh, me?
Yeah, what did you think of it?
That's a good question. I even consider it's been so long since we watched it that it's just like, well, this show slaps, huh?
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, I was talking about how, like, the animation of, like, Aang, the way that they make him, like, float everywhere, just in, like, the weirdest, like, most innocuous way where he just, like, they don't even animate him at all. He just literally floats everywhere, just perfectly static.
Yeah.
It's, like, such a good way to convey him just floating around. Yeah.
I did like to see, like, Zuko just kind of, like, be fighting on his uncle's behalf.
Once. I hate to, like, I already know sort of, like, the politics of the writers, and it, like, kind of annoys me in a way that I know that they're trying to make Zuko look like the bad guy here, but because, like, I would say that the writers are fairly centrist. That's the whole balance.
Yeah.
Point of the show. I mean, it's usually mostly like do as good as possible. And like, I don't know if they ever go into like sometimes it requires force and punishment.
Yeah.
But I will take this. What's the opposite of taking an L?
Taking a W.
I was literally going to say taking a W. Yeah. I'll take this W.
Yeah.
I'll take this W. No, I will not take the.
I will say, like, even though Zuko gets maybe like 3 minutes of screen time, it is like a lot of character development because a lot of it he's just like caring about himself.
That's true, yeah.
And like just doing his own thing. But like this is
the first time I can remember him viscerally caring about Iroh.
He had no reason to like get this guy. He had no motivation other than like just like
revenge on behalf of someone else.
yeah, just because he
Yeah.
cared about someone else.
He was willing to go sicko mode for someone that he did know.
Yeah.
He was willing to go sicko mode
Mhm.
though for someone else.
Let us not notice Zuko's character arc, which is why it's good. Is that it's like sort of subtle and not forced.
Fair enough. All right, time for one questions.
One questions.
Do you have something ready?
Yes. My thing is the swamp monster's mask.
Is it scary?
Somewhat.
Is it the giant tree in the swamp?
No.
Well, my thing is Katara.
Is it green?
Nope.
Is it though?
Nope. And that's one questions. What a
Where
good segment.
exactly one question was asked. Hey, Summer.
Yeah.
Here's a post on avatarspirit.net.
Mm-hmm.
Posted in 2020 and the year 2020.
Okay. Wait, what?
Here's a post from avatarspirit.net. Posted by icy_Ashford on
Okay.
January 12th, 2020.
You can still do that?
Yes. It says, we just learned the forum will come down entirely
No.
on the 5th of February, 2020, due to circumstances beyond our control.
Wait.
It was programmed in 2006 using techniques devised in 2003 or earlier
Oh my God.
that are no longer supported in DreamHost upgrades to
No.
PHP 7 on Wednesday.
I mean, they were wrong though.
Yeah. They've totally closed down the forums.
No.
It's been almost 14 years.
But
since
can you
Avatar's-
access the questions?
Well, they've given time for people to archive a lot of the questions,
Oh my God.
and it hasn't been archived a lot, but it seems that I've archived a lot since like pre-2013,
Oh my God.
which is like when I was really getting questions from. So that's like really that's really what I really need.
Okay.
But unfortunately, avatarspirit.net
Oh my
isn't
God.
sorry. Forums.avatarspirit.net is no longer completely archived.
God.
It's very sad.
I wish I would have known about this.
Me too. I'm sorry that if we had been podcasting more often,
We could have gotten through
we
them
could
all.
have archived all of every single page.
No, what do we do
I'm
now?
so sorry. Well, I'm on the archive that we have.
Okay, so we're just gonna get through what we have and then
Yes, like I've never answered any post 2013 questions anyways. So
it's still
we should still be good.
Okay, I hope so. That's so sad though.
It is very sad that, like things can just be taken off the internet and like not be there anymore.
We always used to think that they were just there
Yeah.
forever.
Every single like
I
public
can't access anything on my old MySpace.
every single public school teacher would tell you, be careful posting things on the internet. If you post it on the internet, it's just gonna be there forever. Karen, just
Herself?
Karen herself
Oh damn.
says, oh, hey. This is from Avatar. This is
Oh,
from
I thought that's what she was saying.
This is from the Wayback Machine, January 17th, 2008 capture
Damn.
of avatarspirit.net forums.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Karen. They ask, I wonder if somehow Zhao sent word to the Fire Lord and Azula about the Blue Spirit's true identity. It doesn't seem like they know right now.
Firelord? Is that a question? What's the question? What are you asking me?
There was a question mark in it. It says, I wonder if somehow Zhao sent
still a
word
statement.
to the Fire Lord and Azula about the Blue Spirit's true identity? Question marks?
That's still a statement.
Doesn't seem like they know right now.
I don't know why Azula or the Fire Lord would care what they. I guess they have like the context of like the blue spirit set the Avatar free in that one episode. Sure, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
It seems more like it does seem more like Zhao would just keep that information to himself for like some kind of leverage or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
So either way,
he's got like dramatics about him. You know, Zhao's dumb.
he's dead though, so
He's dead
doesn't matter.
and he's dumb, but he knew. The thing is, he knew who the blue spirit was.
I mean, he figured it out.
He figured it out.
I mean, it was pretty easy.
He didn't. Yeah,
He did see Zuko.
I don't think he told anyone though.
Well, he might have,
But that's
we'll
the
see.
dumb part of him.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the question was, but I think we answered it.
Would he have told the Fire Lord and Azula who the blue spirit was? And
Should he have? Yes. Did
should
he?
he have?
I don't know.
Probably no. I think he liked having secrets. Zhao likes to feel special. That's
we
why
all?
he doesn't tell anyone.
I mean, don't we all though?
Unfortunately, I only have one more because whenever I go to the next page, it says it's not archived.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. We'll just have her. Yeah, go ahead.
This is from a Swamp Dweller. So, as a preface to this question, we find out that not all waterbenders live in like the North and the South Pole. The people who are waterbending in the swamp don't even know that there's even waterbenders in the North and South Poles. They just think that they're in the swamps and stuff.
Right.
So, Swamp Dweller
Is
says,
like, there's waterbenders in the north?
yeah.
Wait, that's the question?
Swamp Dweller says, this is interesting because it raises many questions like who taught the Swampies? They're calling them Swampies.
Okay.
Who taught the Swampies waterbending? The moon? Some other spirit? Are they originally from one of the poles? Are they more ancient than the poles? How do they know about the Avatar if they're so secluded?
It's migration, baby.
Themselves?
It's migration, baby. It's that ice bridge.
So you're saying that the swamp people are migrated from the North and South Poles?
Sure.
How do you know that they're just not not from like everyone else from the swamps, and they just kind of like learned waterbending?
Oh, you
want
you want a legitimate answer?
Yeah.
There is none.
There's none?
We don't learn that. We don't get that information
We don't
from
get
the
it?
canon.
Okay.
There's the answer.
There's the answer. But it also, you know,
I don't.
I will say it does raise a lot of questions.
No, it does.
I guess they're migrated then.
Or they learned it some other way.
None of the other nations seem to like migrate that much.
You know, that's a good point, though, is just like whenever we think about waterbenders, we think about North and South Pole, but they never talk about the swamp waterbenders.
Yeah.
And they do be out there.
Yeah. And the firebenders are like from that one tiny little fire island, and the earthbenders are like the rest of the world.
Well, I think we like canonically.
And the airbenders are those other little islands.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. It does raise questions.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you answered your own question by bringing up the fact that it raises more questions. That's the best I got. Thank you and good night.
Good night. Thanks for joining us.
Wait,
What?
you're wrapping this up like it's the end, but we have more.
Wait.
We have so much more.
What? What?
Yeah, a few things.
Okay.
Like, what are your cabbages?
Oh no.
Hey Noah, what are your cabbages?
You know what my cabbage is?
Okay.
It's actually just one cabbage.
You have one cabbage today?
It's just one.
Is
it's
it 'cause-
only one.
Is it because of the coronavirus? They were low on cabbages at the store.
That may be related, but I will not disclose the information.
Fair enough.
My cabbage is my wife.
Wait, is that your cabbage?
Yes.
Well,
It's just one cabbage. I only have one.
you know what? I have a cabbage this week too then.
What is it?
My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
My wife. My wife.
Cool. Where can people find Noah Geist online though?
NoahGeist.com.
That's not true. Why
It's
are you
not
spreading
true.
false information in the time of
I don't
pandemic?
know. What is the Linktree dot no link dot link Tur.ee.
This is why you should get a website.
Just get a website, everyone. This episode's sponsored by Squarespace.
No.
Their slogan is, just get a website, everyone.
Just fucking get a website.
I don't know.
No.
Get a website.
Squarespace, whose slogan is, Noah, please get a fucking website.
Get a website.
Make this easier for everyone.
Are you some kind of loser who doesn't have their own website?
Are you trying to plug your Linktree every episode of Pod Cabbages?
Pathetic.
Squarespace.
Squarespace. You're pathetic. How dare you?
So, but where can people find you on the internet, though? This is important.
Linkter. Linkter.ee/geist, as in poltergeist.
Right.
I'm sure that there's no hurdles in spelling that
It's
from
fine.
the audio to text conversion.
It's perfectly fine. Cool. You can find me at summergeist.com. Easy as that.
Yeah, it looks so good. Are you sure you didn't use Squarespace on this? Because it looks so good and professional and neat.
Please don't give advertising to people who are not sponsoring us.
Sorry, did you use Squarespace on this?
I would even go so far as to say fuck you, because I programmed the whole thing myself using
What? No way.
HTML and the other one, JavaScript, and bad programming.
So you're saying we don't need Squarespace?
You know what? Yeah, that is what I'm saying.
You're saying that?
Please stop. I want to promote myself and my own abilities and the things that I can do. That's what I'm trying to be here to say, is that I'm talented, and you should check out my shit on my professional website that I keep updated and no one goes to for some reason. It's good.
This episode brought to you by Summergeist.
Yes.
She's not offering web design services.
Exactly.
Not for you, for herself.
I would like to actually promote this week. I have music out.
What?
Sorry, Noah.
Yeah.
Sorry to step in your corner.
Oof, ouch, my corner.
Sorry to kick you in the corner. But I have a music out this week, this month. You can find it very easily on my website. But if you are so averse to going to my website for some reason, you can find me on Bandcamp. No. I see how you have trouble with this every week.
You know what it's like now.
All right. This is going to be tricky. It's a different last name. My new music last name is Summer After Death, one word. I guess that doesn't really matter for the URL. But you can find me at summerafterdeath.bandcamp.com, and you can listen to my beautiful song that I worked so hard at, that I literally wrote in high school forever ago.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote some of it.
Like the melody and everything.
But it's good. And people are saying it's good. Reviews are pouring in. They say, this is good. You did a good job.
Oh, I'm getting the latest review. What does it say, Summer?
It's good.
Wow.
I love to hear it with my ears.
Thanks, New York Times.
In fact, I'm fully dictating this right now. It's being the outro for this.
Wow.
Because I think people should hear it. But not the whole thing. I'm just going to put a little teaser for you.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, everything else is on summergeist.com. Sorry to be like a narcissist and have everything in one place, easily accessible, but that's where you can find it.
Yeah, it's not like I would ever do that.
Anyway, we should
Because I'm cool.
We should have a section here now in time that we do something that we usually don't. No, we usually do.
What?
But we've been bad about it a couple of times.
What?
Promoting fucking Noisepace.
Oh yeah, Noisepace.
The best podcasting network literally on the internet.
It's true.
You know what? I actually believe that.
Me too.
God, it's hard to say things you believe these days.
I mean...
Sorry, I'm Joe Biden suddenly.
What about iHeartRadio?
Why do you keep doing this?
Hey,
Why are you trying to sabotage us?
Is it an actual radio? Do you know?
Anyway, noisepace.xyz, where you can find XYZ for all the American listeners out there. I know it's hard in the US of A right now with all the stuff going on, so I just want to give you that little reprieve. It's not Z, it's Z. But legally, I do have to say that it's XYZ. Anyway, you can find all the other good podcasts there. There's nothing you should be listening to other than the Noisepace podcast. They're so fucking good. I will take this opportunity to promote Jurgen It, which just finished.
Yeah.
Fucking champions of podcasting. My God. They have
Yeah.
completed something absolutely monumental.
Yeah.
So, and now you can start it. It's a huge undertaking, but you can start it now knowing it does end. The pain
There
will
is
end.
an end to it.
You can start it knowing at some point this will end.
It is not eternal suffering.
Actually,
What?
I have something to say. I have a fucking Azula submission
Oh yeah, Zula submission.
from Matt Overlord of Noise Space.
Okay.
With all due respect, Your Highness, if we try and dock in these conditions, there's a very high chance our boat will be torn to smithereens, and we'll die of either drowning, blunt force trauma by being smashed against rocks, or being picked apart by barracuda squids.
Didn't ask. Plus, I'm casting Fireball in your direction.
Thank you, Matt, for that absolutely perfect submission.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them coming. I fucking love to be Vriska standing Azula.
Thank you for Tumblr user Scarchomp and Tumblr user Hustle Rose
Yeah.
for those quotes combinations.
Yeah. True. We never give like enough credit to Tumblr users.
Thanks, Tumblr users.
The
Scarchomp and Hustle Rose.
they really are hustling when you think about it. Yeah, I don't think we have anything left to say. I'm so glad that we finally phased out that part that we have at the end of the podcast where we just start rambling about just nonsense and like we feel like we have to like feel this obligation of just like talking about something, but
Yeah.
like we never know what to say.
Yeah, instead,
It's usually like cabbage themed.
Instead, we just say,
Cabbage themed. Cabbage. I like.
instead, we just say,
We do have cabbage in.
instead, we just say,
I did have.
what?
I wanted you to have cabbage in your sandwich today, but you refused.
Instead,
Who was that all about, Noah?
instead, we just say, pods, cabbage.
Nothing will prepare you for the happiness so alien and dreamy. Just a little bit farther, work a little bit harder.
I think it would be only fair to our customers if we did provide the things, though. At
Yeah,
least.
my thing was the.
Wait, start that over.
Yeah, my thing was.
No, I mean, I was going to cut out what I said, so just start.
My thing was the swamp moss.
Is, because it's gone before.
My thing is.
Wait, I was talking over you.
Why would we have to do it before if it's just gonna be revealed
Because it's like,
right after?
ding-a-ding. My thing is.
My thing is
I was talking over you again.
My thing is the swamp moss. My thing is the swamp.
I was laughing.
My thing is
We're
the,
still laughing. All right, go ahead.
my thing is the swamp.
Wait, you didn't wait long enough. It's going to be impossible to cut.
My thing is the,
This is a swamp monster.
no, it's not.
All right, go ahead.
My thing is the swamp monster.
You did not provide an ample enough pause to cut it there. Do a pause and then say it, please. It's so simple. Please. Please.
My thing.
No. Shush and then go.
My thing
You
is
didn't
the.
even shush.
I'm shush. Shut up.
Stop making sounds. Provide a silence. A silence.
My thing is the swamp.
Please. The people are waiting.
Okay, stop. Shut up. Shut up. My thing. Shut up.
Stop.
Okay. My thing is the swamp monster's mask.
Okay.
What was your thing?
You don't even need to say that because it's cut differently. Ready?
Ready.
I don't remember what my thing was.
It's not green and it's not though.
Thanks. That really narrows it down. My thing was Katara.
That was it?
Yes. Wait, I said it wrong.